It was that silence where you could hear a pin drop. That silence at 9 p.m. at night where I realized that I had to go into a job the next day, to a boss who didn't appreciate my work, to a job where I didn't feel like I was making an impact, to a situation where I felt so negative and I felt like it brought out the worst qualities in me. And when I think of that moment and I think of that night, I think of the word that comes to mind is powerless. That moment where you just don't feel like you have control of your life. You feel like that the world is actually dictating what you should be, how you should feel, and what you should do. You see, powerless to me is in that situation where you lack control. Powerless to feel that you can't take charge of what's important in your life. And I know at that moment, this was way before I started my business. This was way before I had my big vision and have been working on big vision and have built the Vault team, and we are creating a Vaulters Unite movement. It was way before that there. I had no thoughts. In fact, all the dreams that I had were feeling crushed by the weight of my attention. And I used my attention because my attention was on the job I didn't want to go to, the people who didn't appreciate me, and in an environment that brought out the worst in me. You know, when I think of that word power and getting back your power there, you know, in sports, you know, we talk about the idea of moving a mass, right? If you're in football, it's moving a body as far forward as you possibly can in as little time as possible, right? Power in itself is this idea of feeling like you can grab a hold of something and you can push it in a way you want to. You see, I feel like all of us are always struggling with weight. And I don't mean our actual weight, but the weight of the world. And when we don't feel like we can actually grab a hold of that weight and push it, that's when I feel like we feel powerless there. And it was in that moment, this was a very specific night. This was a very specific night that I made a decision that I was going to stop letting the world dictate to me who was in control and start dictating to the world I was in control. This was that moment where I decided to grab that attention, my attention on the bad job, on the bad boss, on the bad situation, and I decided to grab a hold of that attention, my attention, and start to focus it on the things that mattered, on the people who I could make an impact, on a situation, on my business, on a business I feel like I could actually make a difference, in an environment around people who appreciated who I was and where I wanted to go and loved me for me. See, actually, it wasn't as if, like, you know, the whole beautiful story of this is that people think this all changed overnight. Like this was that defining moment and everything was different the next day. No. I still went to that job for another few months before I officially started that business. I still was dealing with my boss. I still had moments of negativity. I still had moments where I felt powerless. But that was the night. That was a defining moment for one reason. And that was the understanding that if I wanted to go from being powerless to powerful, I needed to shift my attention. I needed to shift my attention from others to myself. And that was the moment. That was the eureka. That was the defining point where each and every day that I feel most powerful, every day I feel in control of my life is the day I put the attention on what matters to me and the difference I can make for others. Hey, it's Alex here. Hey, thank you so much for watching this video, but more importantly, thank you for being a leader of impact, because it's people like you that are making tomorrow better today. And listen, if you like this video, if you like the training, if you like the inspiration, if you like my quirky sense of humor, then go ahead and follow me on YouTube or Facebook, or you can go to my website at alexkuhn.co, or you can see the clients I'm working with at vault.team there. And please just directly say hello to me. I'd love to know what missions and visions you're going after, what type of business you are trying to build, what type of impact you are trying to make. I love hearing every single story, so please share those with me there. But I want to do something better for you. Listen, I'm not the guy who's going to give you a cheat sheet or something, little resources there that are good for 5 minutes and really don't make the difference for you. I want to make a difference. I want to make an impact for you. I want to show you what it's like to actually build a culture of clarity, connection, and conviction. If you are ready to actually build a culture, a tangible culture that's going to help you build that rewarding and sustainable business, you can go to vault.team/culture. The link is below. And what you can do is you're going to answer a few questions there, and you're going to actually get a customized assessment of where your business is right now, where your leadership strategies are right now, and what you need to do to get to that next level. Look, you and I, we have a vision, okay? Your vision is to serve a particular audience. My vision is to serve people just like you, helping you get to that level where you do have that business of impact, where you do have that rewarding and sustainable business. And I know sometimes it becomes so difficult. It's so hard to get the clarity that you need to take that next level. And I want to make sure that you're not just getting another guide or another report. I want to give you something that is personal to you. So if you go to vault.team/culture, it's a few questions there, but they're so powerful that they're going to give you insight that's going to take years off that learning curve. With that in mind, I'll talk to you soon.